Students and teachers have just that educational relationship, and I feel like it's best to learn more about them and get to know them on a personal level. You never know what a student's going through, so it's always best to be there as a teacher or even as a friend.
For me, over the last 13 years, journaling has always been kind of a prominent activity in my classroom. We're trying to see where that family to school partnership can be formed. What I found was that it helped tremendously. And I think that once you kind of put an end to maybe some of the behaviors, or you can find a way to communicate with the child and the parent in a more positive way, you begin to see that achievement increase. I think that's why maybe the relationship that I built around the FDJs with certain families was as rewarding as it was, because I did make the decision maybe to be a little bit less guarded. One of my other students and his mother, wrote about being in a single parent family and those difficulties. And so then, I shared that my mother also raised me as a single parent. And so we kind of made those connections as well. But I think as an educator, you kind of have to decide professionally how far and how vulnerable am I also going to be in this space.
When you use family dialogue journals, it is an investment of time, but I think it's a very worthy investment of time. It's very worth it. I have learned a lot about my students and their parents both. As far as literacy practices that go on at home, as far as activities that the students and the parents do together. So I've learned a lot about the families and the students through the sharing. I feel like there is one parent who always gives very thoughtful and thorough responses, and I feel like I've learned a lot more about her as a person, and I feel like our relationship has been strengthened through the journals this year.
And I love how you said that. Yes, I am going on a journey.
I've learned that Ivy's mom reads a lot. I've learned that she knows a lot about history. She's made a lot of connections with the things that we're doing in the classroom and learning in the classroom. She's taught Ivy so much through the journals. She writes very thorough responses, and she's always there to respond, and I think it's really helped the relationship that Ivy's mom and I have. We're more friendly with one another now, and we can kind of talk about the things that were mentioned in the journals when we see each other.